remember about GW's product, by the way, which is called Epidiolex. It has been approved by the FDA. Anyone who says, well, maybe CBD is just a fad, it is a placebo effect, whatever. The fact is that GW spent a huge amount of money getting it approved by regulatory agencies in the United States and other countries to prove that it is not a placebo. A placebo is a really interesting phenomenon. The whole thing, which is a much longer topic than we can get into right now, but basically if you give a group of people sugar pills and tell them that will alleviate their whatever, 15, 20%, sometimes even more, will get relief from their whatever. This really complicates testing new drugs. Is this new drug really effective, or is it a placebo effect? So that is a big part of the FDA procedure. The other, which raises all kinds of interesting questions for another time, but the other part of it is, of course, if you hear it on the pharmaceutical ads on television, one of the side effects is death. Is this drug, people have a serious problem and they die. Are they dying because of their serious problem or because of this drug that was supposed to help them? They do start with animal testing and then they test human beings and so on. And even after all of that, when you see the ads on television for the lawyers who are saying that if you took this drug, it was approved by the FDA, and you had this problem, let's sue the bastards. This is basically part of how the FDA, American medical system works. It is hugely expensive, so that's one reason why drugs cost as much as they do, pharmaceutical drugs. And of course the other reason is that they get, in effect, a monopoly for 15 years or more, depending on how you redo this, you can re-up on some things and so on. So they have approved a CBD drug. In fact, on the label, it says cannabidiol. They didn't have to make up some unpronounceable hexaflexaplava name for it which I never figured that out. After they figure out this incomprehensible name, then they have another division that comes up with a catchier name, like Epidiolex. That will tell you that it had something to do with epileptics. Yes, that's right. Oh, so we now have an FDA-approved drug which allows parents to legally medicate their children with cannabis. And these children, some of them have been having epileptic seizures every few minutes since they were born, which I find utterly incomprehensible. Isn't it wonderful that GW discovered a way to prevent these seizures in little children? What kind of brilliant insight did their geniuses? Oh my God, what a great idea. Bullshit! They saw that, in fact, children were being helped by a cannabinoid that occurs in nature that you can buy over the counter for next to nothing compared with the price of an FDA-approved drug. How did they get that idea? And how did anybody get the idea that you could let children suffer and die until you could get it through the FDA? What kind of breakthrough is that? What kind of medicine is it that lets children die horrible deaths and causing incredible anguish in their families? Until we can get this approved by the FDA, and you can then take huge markups on a product that you should frankly have been able to make at home. And this, of course, is not the first time. GW has another product called Sativex. You may have heard of the strain of cannabis called sativa. Well, that was named after Sativex. Yeah. After GW did all of this research to find out how to make a marijuana product that won't get you high, but does, the hippies copied it and turned it into marijuana. Now this is a trade secret, so you can list this on the London Stock Exchange. The FDA has approved Sativex and it's approved Epidiolex. So the FDA has approved THC and it has approved CBD, put them together in a plant and call it marijuana, and it's a Schedule I drug that has no medical use. GW has actually employed a person who used to work for the drug czar's office to go around and lobby against medical marijuana. Now, if your product is so good, then why the hell do you have to try to get people arrested for using the plant on which it is based? GW did an awful thing when it employed someone from the drug czar's office to lobby against medical marijuana. That is a morally reprehensible thing. Otherwise, they were looking for a loophole in a totally corrupt system that is still persecuting sick and dying people. And they started that before GW. Collaborating with the enemy? Whatever. But there are war crimes going on, and GW is supplying the warriors. And that is not good medicine.